Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here tonight. Let me start with the simple question, why are we all here tonight? As you know, this is now the 7th year that we all come together to celebrate the 100. Tonight, 100 2014 honorees join 600 other individuals and groups who have received this very special distinction ever since we began this celebration. With different backgrounds and different life experiences, from neighborhoods of Boston and all the way from London and from Japan, you're joining us this evening as we recognize you for your exceptional contributions to the fight against cancer. And every year, this event affects all of us in really profound ways. Over the past 7 years, the 100 has become the real heart and soul of the Mass General Cancer Center. It's become our way of saluting and saying thank you to all of you who've made and continue to make a difference. And it's also our way to recognize in ourselves what it takes to fight cancer. The incredible diversity from laboratory science to clinical medicine, education, caring, kindness, generosity, and most important, the willingness to take a stand and act. And it's our way to raise funds for key priorities of our cancer center so that we can continue on an amazing trajectory of discoveries that transform the way cancer is treated around the world. So why are we all here? Because cancer is personal. Each of us in this room tonight have our own story, our personal motivation in the fight against cancer. For Bill Park, his wife Mary. For Lorraine Sacco, her son Reed. And for Ellen Walker, her son Paul. For Malvina and Ben Feinswag, their daughter Lauren, and for Sarah Doctor, her sister Jessie. For the member of Ryan's Reindeer, their classmate Ryan. Each one of these individuals has found his or her own way to make a difference and help others. And tonight, we're here to recognize you. And we're also here to celebrate and recognize our advocates, like Chen Shi Huang, a breast cancer survivor who launched the Asian Breast Cancer Project. She launched that project and a second project, the Asian Women for Health, to promote health policies impacting the Asian community. And Rochelle Shoretz, Rochelle is also a breast cancer survivor who founded Shar Sheret, the Hebrew word for chain, a community of 40,000 Jewish women carrying a genetic mutation that increases the likelihood of developing breast or ovarian cancer. We're here to celebrate volunteers like Martha Kiocharian, Martha is a nurse and cancer patient who guided 2 nursing students through the intimate experience of her very own end-of-life care. And Remy Stressinger, president of the Friends of the Mass General Cancer Center, an organization dedicated to providing exceptional supportive care to patients with cancer. We're here to celebrate philanthropists like Steve Scullin, Steve is a lymphoma survivor who pledged $1 million to build a research database to support clinical research at MGH. And a special favorite, Dancing with the Teachers. An annual event founded by 2 New York educators that has raised more than $100,000 by holding amateur dance competitions to benefit Stand Up to Cancer. And sadly, I've heard that the kids don't actually get to dance with the teachers. But they're starting a new thing, relay, planning a relay race of teachers, which no kid will be able to resist. We're here to celebrate caregivers, like the oncology nursing staff at Central Maine Medical Center. 10 oncology nurses who provide high quality and compassionate care to a very large and rural and underserved population, and who recently administered the very same remarkable care to 2 members of their own team who developed advanced cancer. Dr. Nagahiro Saijo, Dr. Saijo, who flew in for this event, is the founder of the Japan Society for Medical Oncology and is considered an international hero for his leadership of cancer care in Japan. And our very own MGH surgeons, Drs. Keith Lillamo, David Berger, and David Ratner. They're known for their exceptional and legendary skills in the operating room that saved countless lives and brought relief to thousands of patients and their families. And Drs. Tak Vorian, Amir Fati, and Jerry Younger. Deeply beloved by their patients and colleagues. And we're here to celebrate researchers and scientists like Dr. Pat LaRusso, a world-renowned leader in early-phase clinical trials in Detroit, who is such a powerful role model for women clinical investigators. Our very own Dr. David Lewis. Looking very serious in this picture, David. Our own Chief of Pathology at MGH, internationally known for setting the standards in brain tumor pathology that are used throughout the world. And Dr. Charles Sawyers from Memorial Sloan Kettering. Charles pioneered new treatments, first for leukemia and now prostate cancer. And why am I here? Like almost everyone in this room, my own family has been touched by cancer. And like everyone in this room, I find the very idea of the 100 so incredibly powerful and so incredibly moving. It's the energy, the spirit, the sense of hope that is so powerful here tonight. Like others in this room, I've devoted myself to cancer research and oncology. And more than once, I've been asked why I chose this career. Surely there are easier ways to earn a living than being an oncologist. And there are many parts to my answer. I absolutely feel the excitement and the thrill of scientific discovery. I cherish the feeling of helping to improve the lives of patients with cancer. And I'm slightly obsessed with the intensity of taking on a big challenge and having an impact. We're all living through this amazing revolution in cancer research and cancer care, and it's all happening very, very fast. There's one person who's made it all very real to me, and who often is on my mind these days. Diane Wilson, a middle school teacher in New Hampshire, and a really exceptional woman. She was my patient the year I joined the faculty at MGH. Diane had chronic myeloid leukemia, or CML. And at that time, the disease had a stable course. Then it got worse. It was stable for about 3 years, then it got worse. And then you either had a bone marrow transplant or you died. Diane did not have a match for a transplant, and she died that year. And a year later, the drug Gleevec became available, thanks in part to the work of Charles Sawyers, one of this year's 100 honorees. Diane missed Gleevec by just 1 year, a year's difference, and maybe she would be here today, and maybe even an honoree herself. The story makes me sad, but it also fills me with hope, how far we've come. And we're seeing a lot of that these days. New treatments that are announced today and were unheard of yesterday. In the year since the last 100 dinner, a whole new field of immune therapies has just exploded. By releasing the brakes on immune cells, we can turn them loose against cancers with amazing effectiveness. That's changing the treatment for melanoma and increasingly for other cancers as well. And in targeted therapies, we're seeing the development of second-generation drugs that overcome the resistance of cancers to first-generation treatments. And we at MGH have become known for being the place where new precision drugs get tested for the first time in cancers that were once thought to be untreatable. And we're now developing working to develop new diagnostic tests to detect invasive cancer earlier, at a stage when they can be eradicated with surgery, radiation, or targeted therapies. So there is hope, and we will get there. And let me say what I say every year. I promise to all of you that until the day when all cancers are curable, we will gather here every year, 100 strong, advocates, volunteers, philanthropists, caregivers, and researchers. To all our honorees here tonight, we still have a lot of work to do, but tonight we're here to celebrate what you do, to recognize you for your dedication to the fight against cancer. What you do every day matters. And I would now like to ask all of the 2014 honorees to please stand and be recognized.